Hi everybody, Doreen at Door Designs, back for another Christmas in July little fun project. We're going to be designing tonight. We're going to use this canister that I got at Hobby Lobby, I think last year, and it's just a Merry Christmas, ho ho ho, and this is the sign. So what I did is we're actually going to use the sign in part of the design. So I took one of my picks that I saved when I cut off some greenery. I hot glued it, and then I took a piece of black felt and glued it down. So it's nice and sturdy. This isn't going to show by the time I get done, but I want my sign, the top of the canister here, to stand up. So I just took some Floral Dry Foam, filled it in, and then put just a little bit of Spanish moss there on the top. And we're just going to fill it full of different greenery and some berries, and then I think we're going to put some elf legs in it, kind of make it kind of fun and whimsical. So let's go ahead and get started, and I'm just going to start adding some different greenery. And I just picked up several different pieces of different branches that I've got because we wanted at all different heights. Oh, some of these greenery is so hard to cut. So I think I'm going to use my biggest piece first, and I'm just going to kind of place this because I want it to come up a little bit behind my sign. So I'm going to move this back just a little bit. We're going to dip it in some hot glue here. And I'm going to take it straight down, not quite in the middle. And then I'm going to take a few other pieces. Let's see, what other sizes do I have? We're going to bring it out a little bit, and I'll turn this around in just a second. Let's cut the tag off. And some of this greenery is just going to be remnants and stuff that I've had from prior projects. But you can use any greenery that you have. So we've got it nice and full. I'll probably bend this one up a little bit for our first piece. I'm going to go ahead and put my Merry Christmas sign in because I want to design around that. I don't want to get the greenery so full. So you can see where our Merry Christmas sign's sticking up. So this is a really inexpensive base starting out. You can even get any kind of containers like this at the Dollar Tree or Dollar General. Got some glue on there. Okay, I'm going to add a little bit of some shorter greenery that we're going to cut up. I'm going to cut these red berries off, but I'm going to put them to the side because I'm probably going to use some of them. Okay, let's cut some of this off real quick. I'm just going to start adding some in here. Now you'll notice I'm using different greenery to give it different dimension and depth. We just fill them in as we go around. And I'm going to put some in the back. I always design mine pretty much to go all the way around unless it's a custom design. And they'll tell me that the back's not going to show. Then I'll make it look nice, but I won't put near as much product in. It just kind of saves on the cost. I'm going to use a floral pin real quick to secure that. The base of that stem wasn't that long, so I'm just going to take a little glue on a floral pin, stick that right in there. Just cutting up some more greenery. I ended up putting up, you probably can't see it, a little bit of Christmas stuff behind me. I was having a hard time doing Christmas in July with the bees and the daisies and spring stuff all behind me. Put another piece in. What's nice about using these canisters, you can buy them in any size, so you can make really large centerpieces for inexpensive for your holiday tables. They look cute in a kitchen. So all I'm doing is just continue filling it all in. Okay, I'm leaving this spot a little bare for right now because I think that's where I'm going to put a little bow. And the bow is just going to be simple ribbon, a red velvet with a white trim on it. Okay, I want to take my little elf legs. This is our elf legs, and I think I want to put them in as kind of a fun little whimsical design. But I'm going to cut. I'll probably mess this up, but I don't want this wire to be this long, so we're going to cut it, and then I'm going to bend it. And the reason I'm bending it is because I don't want my little leg here to come off the stick here. So let's bend that down. And let's see if I can get it to stick down in the foam here. I can hear it going in the dry foam. Okay, we're going to kind of bend that out a little bit on this side. And this one, I think I'm going to leave it a little bit longer. Turn that around. Look how cute he's looking with the elf legs coming out from the top of the canister. It's really cute. Last year I did one kind of like this. It had cookies all around it, and I had cookies and candy coming out of the top of it. Okay, I'm going to make a cute little bow, and then we're going to add some more stuff to it. So I'm just going to use this red and white. It's red velvet with a little white, kind of a fuzzy trim. I'm going to scoot this back just a little bit. I'm going to leave my tail long enough that I can curl it to kind of keep that little whimsical part going with it still. And I'm going to do 2 loops on one side and just 1 on the other. And I'm going to have both of my tails coming down. So I've got 2 tails coming down on the same side. Okay, I'm going to take a small zip tie. And I'm going to use one of my floral pins underneath my zip tie. I'm just going to stick it right in underneath it, and that's what I'm going to glue down into the styrofoam here. So I'm going to dip that in my electric skillet. So I just stuck that straight down in there. I'm just going to hold it just for a minute for it to dry. I'm going to curl my tails up, and then I'll turn it around so you guys can see. And look how cute it looks with the bow. Fun and whimsical. We're going to add some berries. So I've got these red berries that I cut off before, so I'm going to go ahead and use those. Actually, I'm going to cut off some of these twigs with the bells on it now that I see these. I think the bells kind of go along with the bells on the elf little boots here. So let's just put a couple of these in. I'm going to curl the ends, so all I'm doing is taking the twig and wrapping it around my finger and then pulling it up a little bit. I think it just kind of gives it more of a finished look on your project versus just having the straight twigs. Scoot it back over, and you can see the twigs with the bells on it. And I've got another one of those. And I think I'm going to put this one back behind it. So let's go ahead and get our twigs here bent at the end. And use our glue skillet here, my electric skillet. I use Gorilla glue sticks, and I keep my electric skillet about 325 to 325, 350. Okay, let's just stick that there. It's going to dry to another branch there. And look how cute he's looking. Okay, I am going to use a few of these red berries, but I'm mainly going to use them on the side and the back. I don't want to get the front so full that you kind of lose the Merry Christmas. But I want to add some more color back on the back side here. So let's just add some berries. I'm going to use my pick machine on one or two of these berries. What I'm looking to do is give my berries a little more length when I stick them in. So you can kind of see the berries. 2 more little pieces here. I'm going to take one right down the center of my bow. Okay, I'm playing with this little bell right here in front. There we go. Okay, I need one more little piece on this corner because I had a little bitty hole. Okay, guys, look how cute this came together. There we go. It was making that noise. It was hitting that bag, driving me nuts. So nice and full and whimsical. Cute for a kitchen island or a coffee table. So I just want to recap real quick because you know I always like to recap. The container came from Hobby Lobby probably last year. You can get these anywhere. I put dry foam inside, put some little Spanish moss on top, added greenery. So we started with the big pieces, and then I took the lid and I used a piece of like what I cut off my florals, hot glued the top of it to about the center of the lid, and then I took a piece of felt, cut it, and glued it over it. And you don't even see that because of the greenery coming up, but it just kind of gave it a little more stability by using the piece of felt over it. I kind of wish my sign was a little crooked, but I've already glued it on. And then we just stuck that right down in there, and then filled in some more greenery, added a cute little simple bow, and then added our berries and some white birchy looking twigs with bells on it. And there you have a fun little centerpiece. Okay, I will take pictures. It probably won't be till tomorrow because it's 6:30 now. So it'll probably be tomorrow, and I'll have it posted on my site, and I'll do a short little video so you guys can kind of get a feel for what it would look like displayed in your home. Have a good evening, and I will see you tomorrow. Take care. Bye-bye.